Not hearing you, Greg.
All right, can you hear me now?
Good.
This is the iBug Buzz, episode 551 for September 19th, 2022. I'm Greg. I'll be co-hosting tonight with the woman that has all the answers to your questions about iOS 16, Sandhya Rao. And iBug Buzz, for anybody that's new and either joining us in person on the Zoom call or listening to the recording of our discussion, iBug Buzz is an open forum where we can ask questions, talk about issues related to our iOS devices, and specifically the accessibility features on those devices, like the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Apple TV, Apple Watch. We like to begin each meeting with announcements and a preview of iBug events coming up for the week. So back over to you, Sandhya.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Yes, we have a pretty busy week, I would say. All right, let's see. Right now, we're in the iBug Buzz for the next 2 hours. All the Q&As that you can possibly think of. Then tomorrow is. Hold on. Unless specified, otherwise all are on Zoom, the same Zoom conference on that we are on right now, and all times are central. So tomorrow we will have Clubhouse Mac Buzz from 5 to 6. Then on Wednesday we have Android Insight back here on Zoom, 7 to 8:30. Come there with all your questions about the A-Lady, anything related to the Android platform. There's so many devices that are running all that good Android stuff. So, it's a really broad gamut of things that we could possibly talk about. So come there for that. Then, what do we have? Friday is iBug night at the virtual movies. Friday night. Yes, please join us for that in a little bit. Top of the hour, we will have the clues and we can guess for those fabulous prizes. And then on Saturday, we have the iBug Apple Workshop, iBug Apple Workshop for 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Zoom. And that will be featuring, we will have an in-depth discussion of iOS 16. So definitely come check that out. So all these calls are recorded and archived on our website. They're available on YouTube. They're available on your favorite podcasting app. So there's different ways you can check it out. We have social media. We have our website, ibugtoday.org, iBUG, today.org. Best place to get all the information in a consolidated location. You can register, and then you'll get notifications of all upcoming events. All of our services are free. So definitely check it out. Come to whatever you think is interesting to you. We have about total of 21 events. So the events that I just told you about are just the ones happening this week. Okay, facebook.com/group/iBug Today is a place to post questions and help others with their questions. And we have Twitter at iBug Today. We have an Instagram at iBug Today. Gmail, ibugtoday@gmail.com. So those are the ways that we can stay in touch. And now I'm going to hand it back to you, Greg.
All right. This would be the time in the show that we go around and let people introduce themselves. So you'll need to unmute, state your name, tell us where you're from. And if you're new to the iBug Buzz, please share that with us. I'll get things started. I'm Greg in Texas.
And I'm Mark in Montreal.
Welcome, Mark.
Marie in Reno.
Hey, Marie.
Janet in Colorado.
Janet, hi.
Brad, I'm in Dallas.
Yeah, Brad, welcome.
Bridget in Atlanta.
Hi, Bridget.
Hello.
This is Ray from California.
Hey, Ray.
I'm Connie from Oakland, California.
Hi, Connie. Welcome.
Marcia from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Hi, Marcia.
Dana
Very
from
nice.
Whoop, I got Dana.
Dana from LO, Lower
Oh.
Ohio.
Okay. And who else?
I'm Vanessa. I'm
Vanessa.
down in Georgia, and my first time on the call.
All right. Well, special welcome to you.
Thank
Who,
you.
who else have we got?
Gary in Austin.
Hey, Gary.
Hey there.
Julie from Ventura, California.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Anybody else?
Sandhya,
Jody
you
from
said
Raining. Go ahead, Elaine.
Sandhya and Jody
Helene.
And Helene.
And
and
Helene.
Helene. We've got all the smart people here.
From Raining, New Hampshire.
Marie, hey. Who else have we got? All right. Well, Vanessa, welcome to you. How did you hear about iBUG?
Oh yeah, actually, I just moved to Georgia about 2 months ago, and the library down in Atlanta sent me an email, and so that's how I found out about it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. There are a lot of iBUG events that you can take advantage of, and it's like a big family. We all support each other, and we've all been through the course of learning how to use our phones. So there are no dumb questions. We've all been there.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you.
Anybody else want to say hi? All right,
I
let's.
think Connie and Ray are new, or at least they're new to me. I don't know.
Okay.
This is Ray. I've been on a couple times, but it's been a while. But I have been on before.
All right.
Okay, good. Connie, how about you? Are you new or?
I used to come on Clubhouse when you guys had it on Tuesday, at 5 o'clock iOS. Once in a while, I used to listen.
Okay. Well, so you're familiar with the way things work and.
Yeah.
With what?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, welcome to all of you guys. All right. So let's start with some questions. Who wants to get us started?
This is Ray.
Ray, go ahead.
And yes, I'm using 15.7. I haven't gone over the 16 yet, but I'm a really big YouTube user. And I noticed maybe in the past week, when it has an idea what my history is and gives me more suggestions on other people as far as movies or music or entertainment. And it only gives me a few choices, then it goes to the tabs. But then when I go onto my laptop, it works fine. So are there any suggestions on, is it a glitch that I did hear on another call that somebody had heard that it's a glitch that they're trying to work on?
This is Jody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jody, go ahead.
Yes, I experienced the same problem. If you have subscriptions, then, and I have a lot of subscriptions, so what I suggest you do is go to the bottom, and one of the tabs is subscriptions. And if you tap on that, then you'll see a whole list of new videos that are all under your subscriptions. But I've experienced the same problem that you have.
Thank you, Jody.
All right, great.
Sure.
All right. Who's got another question?
Hi, this is Vanessa.
Vanessa, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that also that's been happening with me too. When I go into my YouTube, I only can tap on the first item and then I only have 3 more things and that's it. So I was wondering what was happening with that. And one other thing, if you can tell me, how do, when I, order things on my phone and, my address pops up, but my old address is popping up. So how would I change to my new address?
Okay.
This is Sri.
Yeah, Sri, go ahead.
I just want to make one quick comment about the YouTube. So the fix right now is to turn voiceover off, swipe down once, turn voiceover on back, and then you can get access to all the other ones that goes beyond the tabs. So that's the workaround right now.
Okay, let me ask, you're saying turn voiceover off, triple click the side button, and then just flick down on the screen?
Yeah, one finger flick down and then turn voiceover back on. And then you can access the remaining YouTubes beyond the tabs in the bottom.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
This is Janet.
Yeah, Janet, go ahead.
For the lady who was wanting to know about the new address or her address, what app are you using to get you what things you need when you order stuff?
Yeah, Vanessa. Can you unmute Vanessa?
She's already unmuted, so she may be stepped away or something.
Okay, we'll see if we can remember to come back to that.
But I do have a question though.
Sure, go ahead.
If that's okay. What does the dock do on your Apple Watch? Is that like an app switcher for your like the app switcher on your phone?
Okay,
This
the
is
dock on
Fred.
the Apple Watch. Who can talk about that?
This is Brad.
Brad, go ahead.
Dock it's similar to the dock on your Mac in that you are able to it's a way to put apps on it that you want to quickly access. Things like messages, maybe the heart monitor, whatever they call it, your blood pressure, your heartbeat, calendar, things of that nature. You get to it by double or single clicking the side button, not the crown, the flat button below the crown. And you can flip through. There's a bunch of things in it by default. And at the very end, after you continue swiping with one finger to the right, you eventually get to the end and it says edit. And it will open up a screen where you can either add things to it or take things off of it, customize it so that it's the way you want it to be.
Well, on my husband's Apple Watch, I looked in the dark, and when I swiped up and down, it said add or remove, so you can do it through the swiping up and down.
This is Brad. Yes, that's possible to remove, but I think if you want to add things, you need to go to edit because then there's a list of things that you can add to it.
Oh, okay.
And
So how would you get to the app switch if you?
Well, like I said, you push, it's the dock, you push, I believe that there's an app switcher on the watch. I'm not aware of one.
Yeah, Brad, is there a max on that you can have in your, is like on the phone, is there a max of 4 apps you can have on your dock on the watch?
Oh, I don't think so. My dock has probably got at least 10 or 12 items that are on it. I customized mine once upon a time ago. And I've just kind of left it the way it is. I haven't changed it a whole lot.
Okay.
But I haven't even counted how many that are on it.
Janet, did that took care of your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay, let's see. While you're still there, Vanessa, are you back? Come in, Vanessa. Okay. Let's come back to the address question then.
This is Sri.
Yeah, Sri, go ahead.
Quick question on the Apple Watch. So if you open an app, does that app become automatically onto the dock, or do you have to manually add it to the dock?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
No, it's not like on the Mac that if something is open, it's on the dock. Now, the dock is simply where you put things that you want to quickly access rather than going to the all apps, which can either be like a honeycomb list of array or a list of items that's one after the other. Those are your normal 2 choices, and you go through the whole list of apps. By using the dock, you're able to put however many, like I said, mine's probably got 10 or 12 things on it. And so you can get to them quickly that way. And the ones that you have more recently used do move to the head of the line. But I don't believe just any app will be in there.
Okay.
Pay that much attention.
Let's move on from the Apple Watch dock. Somebody have another question?
Mark in Montreal.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Question regarding Face ID, attention to detail or not with respect to wearing a mask? And if so, either way, how is the best way to accomplish the feat of getting your Face ID working with a mask? I've tried it both ways without, it works fine. When the mask is on, I am having a heck of a time. I haven't even managed to get it done once with the mask. I'm using a 3-day-old iPhone 14 Pro.
This is
Okay.
Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I tell you what you want to do. Don't even worry about the mask for a while. Problem is, you got a new phone. It needs to get used to you and your face. So don't put the mask in the mix for a while. Let it get used to you. I got the same issue. I had a new phone over the weekend. My old one I'd had for several years worked like a champ. It knew me. It knew me with sunglasses on. It knew me with a mask. It knew me with a mask and sunglasses. The new one does just fine. I've had it, been working it now for about 3 days. It works just fine. Today I was out and about. It didn't like the sunglasses. It didn't like the mask without the sunglasses. I had to go no mask and no sunglasses. And I said, it just hasn't had a chance to get to know me. Now, another thing, I believe you have an Apple Watch, correct, Mark?
No, mine was a Series 1 and I've never
Okay, because there is a way to unlock the phone with if your watch is on you and unlocked and you have a mask on, it will unlock. But they have another thing that will unlock with a mask on. And I've never used that because I've always had the watch, and the watch had to unlock with mask. And it's kind of like two separate systems. First came the unlock with mask, then they had the one for people that didn't have a watch. And I've never bothered with that because I had the watch. But I would say just give it some time. I don't know, are you new at having an iPhone with Face ID?
No,
Okay,
no.
well, just give
I
it some
had an
time.
11 before.
Okay, well, then you know that after a while it worked pretty well. So just
Yeah,
give your new one a chance and let it get used to you, and then throw the mask in the mix.
Okay, one more question, if I
Go
may,
ahead.
part B.
Go ahead,
Greg,
Mark.
if it's
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
With respect to, anyone can answer this, but probably Brad knows. Alternate appearance. On my 11, I used the second Face ID for Sandy, my wife, who could use my phone. She says with an alternate appearance, it's only an alternate appearance for you and not for her. Is that correct? Or can she go in and use that alternate appearance for her Face ID if she would want to use my phone in that manner?
This is
Okay.
Herbie.
Yeah, go ahead, Herbie.
So I have been able to. You can use another face. Because I did actually set up Chanel on my iPhone 13 as a second face, and it worked just fine. So.
Right. I've done the same.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll try to be patient with my face and the mask. Thank you.
Well, this is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
I was just thinking would like our faces better with the masks. I think we'd look less scary myself, but I guess.
Okay, let's move on. Who's got another question?
Oh, hi, this is Vanessa again.
Oh, you're back. Good. We need to
Yes.
answer your address question.
Yes.
Okay.
Janet.
Janet, thank you. Go. Janet, you have an answer for us?
Okay, I was asking you what app are you using to buy your things from for your address?
Well, I wasn't really in an app. I was just ordering something from a website.
Oh, from a website. Okay. You'd
Yeah,
probably
so
have to
just
go
ordered
on the.
my pasta.
You'd probably have to go on the. You'd have to go on the website and update your account information, I do believe, to fix your address.
Well, this is the first time. It just it just automatically put it in. Sometimes it does that on the phone. I've never been to this website. I was just ordering something for my dog, and so it just automatically, popped up with that address, my address.
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya, go ahead.
It's possible that you have it in your contact, like maybe, because the first thing in your contact list of contacts would be your
Vanessa.
name with your address. So maybe you change it there, and then that's what populates when you use autofill and so forth.
Oh, okay. Okay, that could be it. Okay. Thanks, ladies.
All right.
You're welcome.
This is Jody.
Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes if you're changing your address on the website, sometimes you have to add the new one before you can and then you remove the old one. In other words, a lot of times you can't just take out the old one and put in the new one. You have to add a new address and then delete the old address because they always want to have something there. So I don't know if you've changed addresses. If that's the case, then you want to add the new address and then delete the old address.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks, Jody.
Okay.
Sure.
How about another question?
Bridget from Atlanta.
Hello, Bridget. Go ahead.
Hello. I want to know, is YouTube an app I have to download on my phone, or is it already on my phone?
Okay. Somebody want to respond to that?
Somebody who hasn't had a turn, we'd love to help Bridget out. The question is YouTube already on your phone, or do you need to download it?
This is Jody.
Jody, go ahead.
Go ahead. Terry hasn't had a chance yet.
Oh, Terry.
This is Terry.
Hey.
It's howdy everybody. It's YouTube. It's YOUTUBE. I didn't. It sounded like you said something different than that, Bridget. But you have to download YouTube to your phone. It's an app that you can go into the App Store and find. You do a search for it, YOUTUBE, and you download it to your phone. And there's a free version and there's a paid version. And
Do you know how much paid version costs?
I don't, because I don't use it. But even the free version is a good app, at least I believe it is. Now, I think they were discussing a little bit ago about some problems, some bugs with some of the information that gets downloaded, videos and so forth. But it is a good app and you can work with it. And there's a lot of interesting information that you can search for there. And sometimes, they'll give you categories of things that you can check and search for information regarding specific categories. And after a time, they base those categories on different things that you've already downloaded, audios or videos. So, but it's a good app.
I'm wondering if anybody does it the old-fashioned way and just does it through Safari. Is anybody doing that? Or YouTube?
This is Sri.
Yes, Sri.
I was just going to answer the other question. So there are two ways you can subscribe to YouTube. If you go through subscription through Apple, you're going to spend $3 more for the same service. If you go to youtube.com and subscribe, you'll save $3 a month.
And that's a monthly cost. Is that correct?
That is correct. I believe, I'll take a look at it, but I think it's around $12 or $13 a month for going through YouTube, where you basically are able to download and it removes the commercials. And if you go through Apple, I think it's like $15 or $16 a month. I will double check it and come back with that prices.
All right. Thank you, Sri.
This is Jody.
Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that what you're paying for the subscription is having ad-free videos. You can get YouTube for free, And then there's ads that show up for each video. Although if you go to the low right-hand corner of the video, there's a skip it button that you can hit after a couple of seconds and avoid watching the entire ad. So that's what you're paying for when you're getting the subscription. But you also want to be careful because there's also what's called YouTube TV, which is a TV subscription service for watching TV shows. And that is a paid service also, and that's actually separate from watching YouTube videos.
This is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie, go ahead.
So, well, first of all, it's worth noting that YouTube TV is a different app, though it is accessible. That is one advantage of it. So, if you are wanting to watch live TV channels, including ones in your local market and national ones, it is a good option. At least it was when I tried it out in the past. So, what I do want to mention with the paid YouTube, a couple things you do get is one, videos do tend to load a lot faster. You also, though, do get to lock screen and not have to worry about the picture-in-picture window. So that can really be nice because it can save your battery as well, or you can just move away from it and it's still there in the background, but you don't have to deal with picture-in-picture, which is, nice little pop-up that, if you've moved away from other videos, you've no doubt encountered it. So, but the other advantage, and with the YouTube, I don't know if you'd get this if you signed up through Apple, but if you sign up regularly, of course, it works from whatever device or browser you're on, so you get it ad-free and, your account follows you. So if you generate a YouTube history like I do, you can access it anywhere. So, but I do like the YouTube premium service myself, so I highly recommend that people give it a try.
Okay, this is Sandhya. Just remember, her question was, is it on the phone or not? That's the simple question is no, it is not on your phone. So
no,
all right,
it is not.
Okay.
Unless you actually download it, then no, it is not on your phone.
Okay, that's good information, especially free or not free, because it has to be free because I don't pay for anything and I don't want to put too much on my daughter because she pays for everything.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet, Bridget. How about another question?
Dana.
Dana, go ahead.
Yeah, what does it mean when apps are stacked? Like, for example, when I go to my home page, it'll say something like weather stacked, and this is the name of my city, and then the weather, and then the degrees, and it might even say the forecast.
All right, good. Who can tell us about stacked apps? Well, who can tell us about stacked?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I believe those are widgets on your home screen, not necessarily apps.
Okay.
I'm not a big widget user, but I remember that before I cleared a lot of them off my screen. And
This
I believe
Dana.
if you tap on it, I believe it'll open up and show you all that other information, whether from the other cities that it's got. Again, I got rid of that off my screen because it took up a lot of space and I didn't need it.
Right.
And I believe that's what it is.
Who else can tell us about widgets and stacking widgets? And how you get rid of them if you don't want them?
That was my question.
Go ahead, Sri.
So basically, the way stack widgets work is, for example, I have the reminders widget stacked. So whenever a reminder is coming up, it will bring it up to the forefront, and the other app widgets will go in the background. So based on what is going to be coming up, that particular stack widget will come up to remind you. So if you have a calendar, a reminder, a weather, so whatever is more prominent at the moment, that will come up towards the top, and that's why you hear it.
Yeah, Sri, can you talk to us about how you get rid of those if you don't want them?
The widgets, the stack widgets, or just the reminder?
Just the stack of widgets.
I usually just flick up till I get to the edit if I want to remove the widgets, the stack widgets.
Okay, just flick up to edit and double tap.
Yeah, then you can just, depending on which stack widget you want to remove, you can flick up and it'll say to remove.
All right.
Jeff Thompson.
Yeah, Dana, try that and see if that works. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. Thanks.
The benefits of having a stacked widget on your screen would be, say you don't want to take up very much space. So if you stack your widgets, if you have 6 of them on there, you can flick up and it says next widget or previous widget, and you can go through your widgets and access them. If you're not into widgets, then like Shri said, hit edit, get rid of it. But you can easily access and go through the stack by flicking up or down and going to next or previous app, basically, widget.
All right, good, thank you.
Okay,
This is
thanks.
Richard.
I'm sorry, Richard?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I use the widget. Mine has the widget on it too, and if I came across it a lot of times too, and I usually just scroll down and there is something that says, and I don't know if it will say it on yours, but mine says, dismiss widget, or it will actually tell you can dismiss widget, and just double tap that and it will just dismiss and you won't hear it anymore.
Now, the dismissing, I'm assuming, just silences it for the time being, but that would not get rid of it, correct?
I don't think it'll actually get rid of it, but if you don't want to hear what is happening right now, you can just quickly go to it. It'll stop as soon as you touch the screen, or as soon as you touch something, it will stop. Scroll down and you will find dismiss widget, so you don't have to hear it. But yeah, because it does happen to me to where later on, eventually the next day or so, it will pop right back up with weather, because I get the same thing. It says the weather for me, but if I don't really want to hear it, I just quickly grab it, scroll down, dismiss, because I don't want to hear it for that day.
All right, thank you. All right, who has a different question?
I actually have a question too.
Go ahead.
As well, Richard.
Go ahead, Richard.
My phone, for some reason, I'm trying to figure out what I am doing, and I've been trying to watch myself so I know what I'm doing. But for some reason, all of a sudden, it just clicks right over to a different language. I touch it, I don't know how I'm touching it, what's happening, and then just all of a sudden, I'm getting Russian, American, Spanish, Spanish-American. I'm like, why does it just jump all of a sudden to a different language? And I have to figure out how to get it off. And is there a way to lock out the other languages and keep it on one language?
This is Sandhya.
Yeah, Sandhya,
So
go ahead.
Just to confirm, so this is on an iPhone, right? Or is it?
Android.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, that we can't really help you with that today here, but you would be a great question for Wednesday for the iBUG Android Insight. Okay, so that would be where we handled that. Okay.
And we might be able to sell you an iPhone. Okay, who has another question?
This is Marcia.
Marcia, go ahead.
I'm just so new to this, and I'm putting reminders in there for when I need to play at nursing homes or whatever. And when I heard you speak about the widgets, and I heard you said it speaks it. Will it speak reminders? I mean, do I need to put those in notifications or start widgets, or how can I get the phone to tell me a reminder?
Okay, so you want to be notified of reminders that you've set.
Right.
Okay, who can respond to that?
This is Shri.
Sri, go ahead.
So basically, I have reminders. I use it all the time, and as I mentioned before, I use it as a widget. So when I unlock my screen, it will tell me that so-and-so reminder is coming, or it's due, or it's past due. So VoiceOver will read it it's on the widget. I just want to make sure, is that the question you're asking, or is it in the app itself?
I just would like whatever it is for it to be spoken. So if you're saying the widget says it, then how do I set up the widget?
That would be, I think we have some previous segments that we've done on how to create a widget, and it's not complicated. It's relatively step-by-step process that we've explained before. But if you're just going to use the reminders app, it'll also work if you just tell Siri to set so-and-so reminders. And then if you go into the reminders app and you swipe right, it'll tell you your today's events or your next day's events and so on. But VoiceOver will read all those to you.
So
Go ahead.
VoiceOver will read it, will read the reminders.
Yes.
And you said you swipe right to see what the reminders are for that day?
This is Sri.
Sri, go ahead.
So depending on how many reminders you have, like for example, I have 2 reminders for today. I have a reminder for the buzz call. So at 7:45, it'll send me a reminder saying, hey, you have a reminder. And then it'll also give me the next reminder, at 10 o'clock when it's about time, it'll remind me at that time.
That's
right. Go ahead.
What I want, yes.
Right.
Marie.
Yeah, Marie, go ahead.
The entire purpose of reminders is so that it will do just that, remind you. The only way that it would not come up and tell you is if you have notifications turned off for the reminder app.
If you have what turned off?
Notifications. There's a setting called notifications, and you go in there and look for reminders and make sure that notifications is turned on, because otherwise that is the whole purpose of a reminder app, is to remind you of these things.
Okay, because it tells me all about my emails, which I don't care about. So I need to go in there and I guess revamp it.
Well, so you need to set notifications so that you're notified of what you want to be told about or what you don't want to be notified of.
Thank you.
Right.
This is Sri.
Good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, one other quick comment. iOS 16 has made some major changes to reminders to make it a little bit more user-friendly. So if you've not seen it, definitely check it out.
I have an iOS 13.
I'm sorry, it's an iPhone 13.
iPhone
not
13.
iOS 13, the operating system.
I'm still.
That's okay.
Terminologies. Okay.
Right. Okay. All right. The thing I've noticed with reminders, and I use that a lot, is you specify when you want to be reminded, but beyond that, you just have to go back in the app and flick through the outstanding reminders, because you'll only be notified, I think, that one time.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's move on to another question. We've had some good ones tonight. Who has another question?
This is Joe.
Joe, hey, welcome.
Thank you. I was wondering, where do you get help with the iPad as opposed to the iPhone?
All right. Anybody want to respond?
Don't we do that here?
It's the same operating system.
We
Just
do it here?
Yeah, this is Sandhya.
Go ahead,
So
Sandhya.
Yeah, you could get, you can get help. If you want to be part of the mentoring program, we do help people with their iPads as well as iPhones.
Excellent. Can I ask a question about the iPad then?
Sure. Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Instead of having 2 screens on the iPad, it's the, what is it? 9th edition, or I think it is. And I want just one screen. I have trouble with my fingers being able to move, and I want to get large icons. So I want one screen instead of 2. How do I go about that?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
What do you mean by 2 screens? You're talking about when you hold it in landscape view, you end up with 2 panes. Like, for example, the mail.
Yes. two panes.
I don't think you
What-
can
what-
turn that off. The only way to fix that is hold it in portrait mode, so that the long axis is up and down and the shorter axis
Okay.
is left and
I
right.
This is Joe.
Go ahead.
I was using portrait, but I was on Outlook, and it seems like I have the menu of the messages coming in on the left side and something else on the right side. And I didn't know if I could be able to make it all one together.
This is Sri.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so just so you know, the way the iPad works is kind of like what Brad was saying. What you have on the left side is your options.
Yes.
And what's on the right side is whatever you select is on the option shows up on the right side. So on your Outlook, you have your list of all your emails, and whatever email is focused on, you have the preview pane or the open pane on the right side.
Okay. Okay, very good. Well, thank you, folks. This
bet.
is helpful. And I
Yeah.
also signed up for the mentoring program.
Excellent.
All right, good. All right, thank you, Joe. All right, who's got another question?
I've got two questions from Chico. This is Sri. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, Sri.
That's that. So
Yeah.
Chico asked two questions. The first one on his iPhone, he wanted to know what is the button that is, or the slider that's above the volume button. He wants to know what that does. And the second question he asked is, on the left side of the Lightning port charger, he says there's some holes. He knows that the right side is the speaker, the external speaker. He wanted to know what the left side of the Lightning port charger does.
Okay, who can?
This is Herbie.
Who can? Go ahead, Sandhya.
I think it was Herbie.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was that?
Herbie.
Herbie, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You should be, but we'll
I
have to talk
am.
about that later.
I feel horrible.
Really, I mean.
Don't feel that bad.
Okay. I don't.
Anyway, so the switch is a mute switch that mutes sounds on your phone. It kind of puts it into silent mode. And that was our old-fashioned do not disturb option until they gave us do not disturb way back in the day. I'm dating myself here with these iPhones. Anyway, and the grill to the left is where the microphones are. So that's what those are. There, it's a microphone grill.
Thank you.
All right. Do the new phones have a mute switch? And
This is
if do
Brad.
not disturb does the same thing as mute, why do we have mute?
This is Brad.
Herbie. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Because it's not the same thing.
Okay.
Do not disturb mutes alerts, mutes everything. The switch on the side just mutes the sounds. If you get an alert, if you get a call, the phone just won't ring, but it will still show on the screen the notification that you have a missed call. If you get a text message or iMessage, your phone won't make the message alert sound, but you will get the notification on the screen that you got an alert.
Okay.
And whereas if you're in do not disturb, none of that stuff shows up until do not disturb is turned off. Then boop, all your notifications that came in when do not disturb was on are now showing up on your screen.
All right. Thank you. Herbie, did you have anything to add?
No, not really. The mute switch, like Brad said, it just silences the alerts. But if you're on do not disturb and somebody calls you, unless they're on a bypass or whatever, they're just gonna get sent straight to voicemail. So.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Sri, for passing on Chico's questions. Anybody else for another question?
Sharon.
Sharon. Hey, New York.
New York. I actually have, we talked about this a couple times ago, and Brad helped me, but I gotta admit, I didn't completely understand what I was supposed to do. I'm getting some email, always from the New Yorker magazine, and it goes into my junk. And you were right. adding it, moving it to inbox. Brad didn't do anything, but but I didn't know where. You said there's somewhere to go, and do I have to do it on a computer rather than on my phone?
This is Brad.
Brad,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Brad.
Yeah, who's your email provider? What's your
It's
email address? Gmail?
AOL. AOL. No,
AOL.
AOL. Sorry,
Okay.
not very
What you
high.
want to do, I don't think it matters if you do it on the computer or on the phone, but just so long as you do it through the browser. Go to the AOL web portal for your email. I don't use AOL, so I'm not sure what it is. Mine is AT&T Yahoo, so I would go to mail.yahoo.com, sign in with my email address and password, and now I'm in the web portal for my email account. I then would go to the spam folder, spam, junk, whatever they call it. It's the same thing. Find the email in the junk folder that I don't want to be considered by the mail server, by my mail provider's mail server as junk. Mark it as not junk, which will move it to the inbox, and hopefully it will add that to a list. Sometimes people call that a white list of emails that are not to be considered junk. And hopefully it'll work.
Okay, so go into what if, let's say it's called AOL.mail.com, something like that.
Right, something
Go
like
into
that.
there. Okay, now I got you. That was the part I was a little murky on. I will try that. Thank you.
All right.
Because the issue is your mail provider is marking things as spam, junk, whatever, before it's even sent out to you, who accesses it through something like the mail app on your iOS device. So before it even gets to you, it's already been sent to spam. So no matter what you do on the mail app, it's probably not going to have anything fix it, because the problem is happening upstream.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sharon. Who has another question?
Bridget Dozier.
Bridget, go ahead.
Okay, I have two questions. The first one, I keep my, I think it's notification location on so my kids can know where I'm at. But every time I go somewhere, if I'm sitting on the bus too long, Marta, or go to the doctor or the library, it's telling me where I'm at. It's coming up on my phone. So will that just be because I have my location on for my kids?
Okay, location services and being notified. Who wants to respond to that? Anybody?
Use it, so I don't know.
All right. Well, we may need to do some research on that.
This is Brad.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Brad.
think it's under family sharing. Share my location. So beyond that, I don't know, because I don't use it.
Well, and it sounds like she wants to share her location. She just
Sounds
wants
like she is sharing it. And when
right.
she's
right.
someplace, it's now popping up on her screen, and I don't know.
Right. I think
Yes.
that's the issue, is how do we get it from
That sounds
being
like
on
a
her
question
screen?
for Apple support, because I don't know. They would
Yeah.
know a lot more about it than.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
might. That's a good suggestion, Bridget. Why don't you call Apple Accessibility and have them talk you through it?
This is Brad. Actually, that's not an accessibility question. That's just regular Apple support, because this doesn't have anything to do with voiceover or an accessibility feature. That's just regular Apple iOS.
Well, Bridget, is it talking to you and telling you where your location is?
Yes, when I'm sitting on the model bus too long, which is always, it tells me wherever I'm at, or if I'm at the doctor, like today, it tells me you in Brookhaven.
Okay,
just all tell me
voiceover's
no-
actually announcing that, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, I think Apple Accessibility they'd help you out with that.
Okay, and I had one more quick question
Sure, go ahead.
about someone had mentioned this about 2 calls ago about your pictures. How do you get the phone to describe your pictures? And I went in messing up. So I'm trying to, maybe I didn't get exactly what they said.
Okay. Who can help Bridget out on that? Descriptions of pictures.
This is Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie, go ahead.
So, if you're wanting descriptions of pictures, first of all, what iPhone do you have?
Let me see, the 12 now. I just had the 10, then I have to get the 12,
Okay.
yes.
So, in accessibility under voiceover, make sure that image descriptions are on. And there's also one other thing, not screen recognition. There's something else to deal with the picture descriptions or stuff like that. But anyway, make sure those are on. And then what'll happen is when you come across a picture, what voiceover will do is it'll say, like, say photo, then you'll hear like a little dinging sound, and then it'll give you the description of the photo.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll go try that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other comments on that? All right, let's move on. Another question?
This is Sri.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to make one other comment about the photo that I've been doing at my house here. When I get photos from my family, I always tell them to put an annotation on the picture to give more description. So that's one helpful thing that helps me when, especially my family, when they take a picture and send it to me, they put some additional information with the annotation.
All right. I bet you had to teach them how to do that too.
This is great. They were smart enough to figure it out, but it's very helpful for me to look at pictures this way because screen description does give you some information, but when somebody visually sends it to me, it's much more descriptive.
Yeah, that really helps. All right. Another question. We've had some good questions tonight. A lot of smart people out there.
This is your app question.
Okay.
So on the message app now, when I delete something, it's always asking a confirmation whether I want to report it as a junk to Apple as well as my carrier. Is there a way to bypass this?
Anybody?
This is Herbie.
Herbie, go ahead.
Check the message settings. So at the moment, I've been actually very happy with this setting because there's definitely, I've actually taken advantage of it with a few random texters. But what I have found, like if you actually open the message and then you go back and you want to delete it, then it doesn't give you the thing, do you want to mark it as junk? But it seems to do that. At least it did with the last iOS 16. I'm on the next beta. It's a little different now, but on the last beta, it would be if I just deleted it without actually marking it as read, that's when I'd get the junk confirmation. Like, do I want to report it as junk? But if I opened the message and then I went back and deleted it, I did not get that window. So that was my experience.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wish they'd get rid of the confirming, do you want to delete? That's a nuisance. Okay. Another question?
This is Helene.
Helene, go ahead.
I have the SE3 2022, and what's happening is it must be a setting that whenever it gets to be evening and I go into things, it's white on black instead of black on white. And I would like it not to do that. Is there a way to change it so that it doesn't make that decision for me?
Okay, who wants to take that one?
This is Brad.
Brad, go ahead.
If you go into your display settings, at the top, there's dark mode and light mode. And as you flick past that, there's a setting for automatically change. And it will change from light mode to dark mode automatically in the evening. I believe my wife has that turned on. And you can turn that off. And that way you can have it either set on dark mode or light mode, and it will stay that way 24 hours a day.
All right. Good. Who's
I
got the
also,
next?
can I,
Yeah.
can I ask one more
Sure, go ahead.
question? I have something that before I sent back the SE2 because it was not working, they offered to send me Apple sent me some $29.99 or something, some little round disc that I wouldn't have to plug the charger in. I could just put my phone on it and it would charge because that piece was broken on the phone. But now that I have the SE3 and I tried it, that little round disc doesn't work on this phone as well. So either I have a broken circle, that you're supposed to charge your phone on, or I'm doing something wrong when I place it on it. Does anyone know about those chargers that are, I don't know what they're called.
This is Brad.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
It's called a MagSafe charger.
Yeah.
And really what you're supposed to have is a case that's a MagSafe case. And the case should actually have a little magnet in the case on the back side of the phone. You're just trying to attach that to the back of the phone, right?
Well, they said that you don't need any, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
they said that
well-
you don't need anything. You just place it on the phone in the middle of your phone. You just place it on it.
I know, but they sell these MagSafe cases and the cases have a magnet in them. And when you put that thing up against the back of the case with the phone case on the phone, the magnet in the case is going to keep it in place. So they may have told you that you could put that case against the back of the SE 2020 and it might have stayed there. I'm not sure if they've changed the construction of the phone, but I've always been under the impression that you really need a MagSafe case. When these things first came out, I had a 12 Pro and I bought one of those and I did not have a case that had a magnet in it. I had just a regular OtterBox case, no magnet. And the thing, it kind of was back there, but through the case and everything, it didn't stick to the back of the phone. So I quickly sent it back to Apple. But, Apple sells a number of these silicone cases that are MagSafe and they're in all colors or clear or whatever.
Okay.
And you can get one of those and it's got the little magnet in the case and you could try that out and see if it works better for you. That's all I can suggest.
This is Helene.
Go ahead.
This round thing has a lightning cord that goes into something. So I think we're not talking about the same thing.
This is Sri.
Sri, go ahead.
One thing, I have to confirm if MagSafe works with the SC. That's the first thing. The second thing is the MagSafe puck that you got, the other end is a USB-C port. So they don't come with the adapter. So you'd have to buy that USB-C adapter for it to plug into the wall.
Yeah, I bought that.
Okay. Let me go a little bit of research to find out if the SC is supporting MagSafe. And I'll come back.
Okay. Does anybody on the call know if the SE supports MagSafe? If not, we can come back in the second half and Sri can give us an answer to that. All right, let's do that later. All right. Another question. We have a few minutes left before we break.
Actually, we're there.
We're there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're there.
All right. It's all yours then.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you. And we'd like to give anybody a chance who didn't get to say hello the first time. Maybe you snuck in. Please say who you are and where you're from.
This is Chanel, hopefully not having to leave again.
Hey, Chanel. Welcome.
Hello.
All right.
This is Ned
Sneaky
from
Pete.
Kyle, Texas.
Hey, Ned. Welcome. And
Sneaky Pete from Jacksonville.
Terry Ann. Welcome. Pete. Welcome.
Hi.
Julie. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Okay. Who else?
Linda from Mumble.
Hey, Linda.
Hey.
This is Joe from Norman.
Welcome, sir.
Sharon from New York.
Welcome, madam. Anybody else want to say hello? Hello.
This is Shree from Virginia.
Shree, welcome. Okay, anybody else want to say
Jeff
hi?
Thompson from Fridley, Minnesota.
What? What are you doing here? We're happy that you're here, Jeff. I don't think you've ever been on our call, have you? You're new, right?
I'm a newbie.
Uh-oh. Well, do you want to go through it? We interrogate all of our new people, so I'm going to interrogate you. Is that okay?
Bright lights.
Okay. Yeah, bright lights. Well, okay. How did you hear about us?
But geez, it was a while ago. Heard about you through social media, and I had you guys on Clubhouse when it first started.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's how we met you guys. All right. Well, thank you. And what Apple devices do you have?
Oh, geez.
Or what don't you have?
I got most of the Orchard, the watch, the phone, the Mac, the MacBook Pro. I got the new watch coming. Not the new watch, the new AirPods 2.
Oh, cool.
AirPod Pro 2s. Got to get this right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're so happy you're here, Jeff. Thank you for coming. We're really glad you're here.
Glad to be.
All right. Oh, that's done. We're done being nice to you. Now we're going to just treat you like everybody else. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to say hi? Hey, Chico. Welcome.
Marvin from Chicago.
Hey, welcome, Marvin. All right. Anybody else? Okay. And now we have, what time is it? It's time for iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies, which will be Friday at 8 p.m. Central on this same Zoom conference call. 7:30 is the social time where we do all kinds of silliness, name that tune. What does it have to do with the movie? Sometimes nothing. And we have a discussion to follow and trivia. This is purely an audio description track. Okay, so I have good news and bad news. So what do y'all want first?
Bad news.
Wait. You forgot the joke time.
It's not. Oh yeah, the joke time is during the movie night at 7:30.
So is the
Only
bad
an
news
upside
there
to
is no
this.
good news?
There is no bad news.
Okay, hold on. Well, so the bad news is the iBug guy isn't here, and the bad news is you're stuck with me. So the good news is that iBug guy's not here. The bad news is you're stuck with me. Okay?
Well, that's real bad news.
I know. I told you it was really bad news. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you going to do this correctly so we have a recording of this?
No,
Does that
I
mean-
really, I can't even compete with that. Okay. So
Does that
just,
mean-
it doesn't mean what?
Does that mean the clues are going to be even worse?
Well, no, actually, he provided the clues. He did his due diligence before he took off. So, okay.
Oh no, he left you to do his dirty work,
I
did he?
know, but we'll get it done right because I'm here.
So are we going to run
yeah.
amok?
Run amok? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
We're already doing that.
I know we do that well. Okay, so I
Can you
have
give us an intro?
No intro. You're
No.
just stuck
No
with
intro.
me. See, now you're going to appreciate him when he's here, okay? So here we go. Let's get started. All right. So the clues are provided by Yanni Chrysomalis. And if anybody knows who that is, good for you. Okay, so the rules of this game are you have one guess per clue. There are 5 clues for the whole game. And Shri only gets one guess per game. No, I'll be nice to you. Okay, so say your game, wait to be recognized. Don't just yell out your answer. We want the name of the title, not the storyline and everybody that was in it. Okay? All right, so here we go. First clue is our film this week is based on a true story about a couple. Okay.
This is Brad.
Go, Brad.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Huh?
Bonnie and Clyde.
Nope. Anybody else? Next question. Oh,
This-
sorry. Shri.
English Patient.
Okay, good guess. Nope.
Greg,
Greg.
When Harry Met Sally.
Good guess. We've already seen it.
We've seen
Next.
that.
That's all I have.
It was a bad guess.
Yeah, well. Okay, next question. Anybody? I mean, no, sorry. I don't.
What was
Oh,
Greg's guess?
Dana.
Oh, Dana. Go, Dana.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Nope. So, this film is based on a true story about a couple. Who are they? Where are they? What movie was it? Nobody knows. Okay, next clue. I guess I don't hear anybody else.
Nikki?
Nikki, go.
Would it be that movie about the Duke who gave up his kingdom for Samson or whatever, Simpson? That couple?
Wallace Simpson.
Nope.
Yeah. No, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Here we go. Next clue. This story was for yes, was somebody there? Oh, no. Okay. This story was first published in Esquire magazine. Oh, winning a National Magazine Award. I know you guys all read Esquire magazine, right?
Oh yeah, every day.
Every
Yeah,
day.
do you have it in Braille?
No, but it's on Bard.
Okay. All right.
No, we don't have Bard up here in Canada.
All
We're
right,
Bard.
all right. Come on, stay on topic, guys. Okay. Anybody know this book? Okay, the story was first published in Esquire magazine. Okay, nobody knows. Okay, y'all. We're gonna move on to clue 3 then.
Who wrote these clues?
Yanni.
Okay, here comes clue number 3. Okay. We have some
Hold on. We need to go back to the
This is Shri.
define couple.
Okay, hang on. Somebody's in the waiting room, y'all. Hang on. Okay.
We should be out of it now.
All right. Number clue. Oh, was somebody trying to say something?
This is Shri.
He was.
Yeah, Shri?
Is it Blow?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Nikki?
Okay, hold on. One guess per clue. I think you already had your guess for this clue, didn't you? I think you
No,
did.
the first. It was the
Okay,
first
go
one.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Brokeback Mountain.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, we're moving on because everybody's doing. Go ahead, Chico.
Samson and Delilah.
Ah, good guess. Not, but not correct. But good job. Okay, y'all are doing terrible, but okay. But who's cares?
Just the presenter.
We only have to work with what we're providing.
That's honesty.
We would have probably got it by now.
Yeah, right. If Michael was here, you would have gotten it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, clue number 3. Tell somebody who cares. After receiving This is serious. Be quiet. Okay, this is real serious. after
What do
receive
we have to do to get Michael back?
after receive this is Michael Appreciation Day, okay?
That's right.
Okay, after receiving life altering news, the couple finds unaccepted support. From where? Okay, that's the clue, okay? I thought there was another line, but there isn't.
Read that again.
Okay, after receiving life-altering news. I don't know what the life-altering news is, otherwise I would tell you. It doesn't say what the life-altering news is. The couple finds unexpected support. I can't read today or ever. Can't do math either. Okay, anybody? No guesses?
1100.
Life-altering news? Okay, not even guessing on this. Okay, that's great. Okay, well, I get to keep my lovely prize then at the way y'all are headed. Okay, clue number 4.
Jeff,
Jeff.
Tiger King.
Tiger King. Is that what y'all watch in Minnesota, Jeff?
Linda.
We know how to make Jeff feel welcome. Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead, Linda.
Princess Diana.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how to caucus with myself, so.
Well, you've been doing a good job so far.
Nope. Sorry, Linda.
Sure, brother.
Next clue. No wonder. Okay, clue number 4. Are we ready for clue number 4 since y'all did so badly on clue number 3? Okay, here we go.
I think the question is, are you ready for
This
it?
sounds like it should be clue number 10.
I should know. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Y'all are doing so bad. Okay, number 4. Thank God there are only 5 clues. Okay.
You're not doing too well either.
I'm giving what I've got here. Okay, working with what I got. Okay, the support. Okay, I guess the support that was mentioned heretofore in the prior question number 3. Remember when we had support? So the support brings an impact much greater and more profound than anyone could have imagined.
Why do I feel like you asked that one before?
No, this is a new clue. Okay, so remember we mentioned unexpected support from a little while ago. So now the clue is the support brings an impact much greater and more profound than anyone could have imagined.
This is Shri.
Shri.
Transformers.
You always guess correct. I can tell you.
Who needs Michael when we got Shri?
I'm telling you, we're never going to watch it, okay? I'm telling you now.
Oh, come on, give him a break. He likes the movie, so do I.
That was the best answer to that clue.
Okay, now, anybody else besides Transformers?
Star Wars.
Okay, hold on. Chico and then Bridget. Chico?
James and the Giant Peach.
James and the Giant Peach. Nope. Bridget?
Why the crawdad sing?
Oh, very good. Good guess. But no, sorry. Anybody else? I heard somebody. Nope. Okay. All right, folks. Here comes
Drum roll, please.
Clue number 5. You're not gonna
Thank
like.
God.
You're not gonna like clue number 5.
Well, I didn't like 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I don't think we like clues number 1 through 4 either.
Yeah, I know.
Since we're doing so bad, why don't you just give it to us?
I know. It really wouldn't help you anyway. That's why. Okay. All right, number 5.
Everybody wins a prize.
Number 5 is death. 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 You thought it was bad before. Okay. Death is ugly. It stinks. It takes no prisoners and permanently scars all what? Oh no.
Scars
Permanently
all.
scars all
Scars
as
all.
in everybody,
Oh.
period.
Yeah.
End of clue.
And
Can we
all
go
who
on to
witness
clue
it,
number
all who
6?
witness
Oh.
it, participant, it's all okay. Death stinks. Death is ugly. Death stinks. It takes no prisoners, and permanently scars all who witness it.
This is Shri.
Oh, like all these clues we've been getting.
Okay, Shri.
Platoon.
No.
Nikki,
Nikki.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, good guess. Good guess, but
Mm.
no.
Can we go on to clue number 6?
No, there is no clue number 6 because no clue number 6. He did not give me a clue number 6. Okay.
Well,
here we
make
go.
one up then.
Johnny, what prize does Sandhya get?
The name of the movie
Able to
is-
keep?
Can you
So-
just
get the
finish the
prize
torture
this
and just tell
week.
us what it is now?
Okay, yeah, it's
Dana.
hopeless.
This is Nad.
Dana and then Ned. Dana?
King Tut.
No. Ned?
Dead Ringer.
No. Where's the couple in Teen Tut? He's dead.
Hell, I was thinking of death and stink and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So y'all
This is
just
Chris.
This is David.
David.
Is it the Dallas
was there
Buyers
too.
Club?
Hold on. What, David? Dallas who?
Dallas Buyers Club?
No. Dallas Buyers Club. No. So our film is about a couple.
Wait. You had a couple other people.
The story was first published in Esquire magazine, which nobody here reads.
Yeah, Brooks was there too.
Received life-altering news, and the couple finds unexpected support. The support brings an impact much greater than anyone had expected or imagined. Sorry. And then number 5. Death is ugly, stinks, and takes no prisoners and permanents. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you because you want to know, right?
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
It's
5,
a movie called.
7.
It's called
8.
Hold on. It's called Our Friend.
Oh, come on now. Who was going to get that one?
I
Yeah,
know.
who's heard of that one?
It's from
Is it from this
2019.
century or is it like from
Yes, 2019, Mr. David. Yes, 2019. So we will see. Is it supposed to be a good movie? We don't know. So we'll find out on
How many cups
Monday.
of tea am I going to give this?
I
now?
have no idea. We'll find out on Friday. Okay, now we are done with this segment. I know. So
It
you
was
get to,
on the tip of my tongue.
I'm sure it was. Okay, now everybody's going on mute. Okay. Y'all did really bad, but whatever. Okay, hopefully next week, you'll do better with the iBUG guy and his fabulous clues. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for trying, and sorry about the clues, but that's all we had. Okay, so Greg, are you there?
I am here.
You don't sound very happy.
Has Michael ever had anywhere nobody got the right answer?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so what you got? This is
Sandhya's movie is going to make iBUG Bite look real good.
You know, I have to defend Sandhya and say she did just as good of a job as Michael. So.
Thank you, Herbie. Checks in the mail virtually.
Without
Okay.
all the effects.
Yeah, I know. See, I'm just all real. It's all me without all those effects. Okay, go, Greg. What you got? iBUG Bites.
All right, iBUG
Bites.
Bite. Well, this seemed like an appropriate time to, with people getting new phones, and we've got some new people on the call, to talk about the iCloud backup. So for the iCloud backup, we want to go into settings. So let me see if I'm in settings.
Notes folder, 2 apps.
Whoop, I'm not.
Settings.
Okay, so I'm going into settings. All right, I'm going to flick. I want to go to my profile, to my Apple ID, which is right at the top of the list. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Search, dictate, Greg Rhodes, Apple ID, iCloud Plus.
Okay, so I'm on my Apple ID. I'm going to double tap on that.
Account image, edit.
Okay, I'm going to flick to the right about a half a dozen times until I hear iCloud.
Greg Rope, G, name, password, payment and ship, subscription, iCloud, 50 gigabytes.
Okay, iCloud, 50 gigabytes. So I've upgraded from the when you set up an Apple ID, you automatically get a 5 gig storage plan. Apple has several options for upgrading, where you can go anywhere from a upgrade to a 50 gig to a 2 terabyte. I think the 2 terabyte, I think, is $10 a month. The 50 gig is like 99 cents a month. All right, so let's go into iCloud here in the settings.
iCloud Plus, 5.6 gigabytes of 50 gigabyte used. Backups, 7%. Docs, 4%. iCloud.
Okay, so I've used a little bit over 5 gigs. So I would have been over my 5 gig that they originally gave me, but not by much. All right, so let's flick to the right.
Manage account storage button.
Okay, we're not going to go into manage account storage right now, but let's keep going.
Apps using iCloud heading.
So apps using iCloud. So now I'm going to have a list of the apps that are using, that are syncing to iCloud, and it'll list 3 or 4, and then it'll have an all apps, which means I could tap on that and get a much more extensive list. But let's go through these real quick.
Photos on button.
So photos I have turned on. I could toggle that off if I wanted.
iCloud Drive on.
iCloud Drive.
iCloud Mail on.
iCloud Mail.
Passwords and keychain on.
Password and keychain. Okay, so that's syncing to my iCloud storage.
Show all button.
Okay, and then show all. If I double tapped on that, that would bring up a long list of apps that I could go through, and I've got almost everything turned on where it'll sync with iCloud. But you can go through those one at a time and leave them on, turn them off, however you want to do that.
Device backups heading.
So continuing to flick to the right.
iCloud backup on button.
Okay, iCloud backup. That's what we're interested in. And periodically, it's probably not a bad idea to go through on your settings and just double tap, check that. Just double check on that and make sure that is turned on. So we'll tap on that.
iCloud backup.
All right, and flick right.
Automatically back up your iPhone so you can restore your data if you lose your device or get a new one. Learn more. Link.
Okay, so we do want to automatically back up so that we don't have to manually do that. So I'll flick right again.
Back up this iPhone on.
Okay, so back up this iPhone is turned on. Continuing to flick right.
Back up now button.
Okay, if I go in there and check it, and a lot of times I'll just go ahead and click that backup now button just to get a more recent backup. Excuse me. I also, anytime there's a software update, or certainly if I'm getting ready to transfer stuff to a new phone, then I would definitely go in there and back up now, just so I have a fresh backup.
Last successful backup, 1:58 p.m.
Okay, so flicking again, it tells you the last successful backup. In my case, I did it earlier this afternoon, so we're good. Be aware that not everything backs up to iCloud. For example, if you have music that you've uploaded to iTunes and put on your iPhone, that music will not back up to iCloud. So you'd want to, in a case like that, you'd want to also be backing up to something like iTunes, just to make sure that you, in fact, the iCloud backup is really pretty good these days, but just as a secondary backup, I'll back up to iTunes on the PC just to make sure I have a couple different places that my phone is backed up. So that's it, iCloud backup. Anybody have questions or comments?
Oh, yes. Hold on.
Do you have a question? You have a question, young lady?
No. I was going to let other people ask questions, maybe. All right. Okay, everybody's unmuted. So if you'd like to ask Greg a question about backups to iCloud. Who has a question for Greg?
See what a good, clear presentation that was?
Yeah. that, or they're okay.
Everybody's asleep.
No, they're not. Okay, well, very good. It is a very important thing that we should all do periodically, and especially if you're about to change devices, or just even before you're about to do an upgrade, with the new iOS 16 and so forth. And so there you go. Thank you, Greg. Great idea. It's a really
are
great
welcome.
idea. Okay. All right. Okay. So now the iBug segment iBug Bites is done, and now we go back to our regularly scheduled program. And anybody who didn't get a chance, we'd love to entertain your questions, and just say your name, and we'll keep going. Anybody new that would like to ask a question?
Linda.
Linda, go ahead.
When I go to share something, it will give me like all the people that I've sent Facebook messages to first, and then it goes to all the other emails or text or send it to wherever. But it used to let me send it to text messages that I used to send, that I previously texted to, but now it's doing the Facebook Messenger. Can I switch it back?
Okay, anybody have any help for Linda? Go ahead, Shree. Or, sorry, I thought I heard somebody. Anybody have any help for Linda? Sorry. Trying to figure out your suggestions when you're texting, because I know you normally get the people that you just texted. So is this a new thing? Have you just updated, or is this just a new thing you noticed, or what?
It's been doing it for quite a while, maybe since the last update, 15 maybe.
Okay. All right. Is this
it's okay. I can work through it, but I'd rather have my texting there rather than my instant messaging.
Right. I mean, I knew there's... Who has a thought? Nope.
This is Brad.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
What are you trying to share from, like, what app, Linda?
Oh, any of them.
Okay, any of them, and they're all just showing your Facebook Messenger things first?
Yes.
Is that what you primarily use?
No.
Okay. Well, I know on mine, I don't use Facebook Messenger. Mine does show messages, but it doesn't show everyone that's in my messages list. It seems to only show the however many that are the most recent. And then, if somebody I want to share something with isn't in that list of most recent people, I have to go down there on the next row. It shows, message, mail, things like that. And then I can just choose someone, just like composing a new message. So I was wondering if maybe you're just a heavy user of the Facebook messaging and those people are in your most recents.
Yeah, not really. I mainly text, but I, on occasion will do the Facebook Messenger. But they're just there all the time now.
All right. Anybody else? Okay. We'll have to figure that one out, Linda. Let us know if you resolve it. It's good to it's helpful to have it. I know sometimes people want to you can turn it off also. Turn off the suggestions. So
This is Jeff.
Jeff, go ahead.
This is referring to that question that was just asked. Are you talking about down on your share sheet where you're going to share it?
Yes.
Now, if you keep on swiping, you'll come to more. If you tap on more, it'll go through a list of stuff that's toggled that'll show up in your share sheet across that top bar as you're swiping from left to right. So if you go to more, go down that list and see if you can find messages, and then you can tap on that to make sure it's highlighted. And then I don't know if you can, but you might also want to check to see if you can move these up or down too, which would then put it more towards the first.
Okay. All right, Linda.
This is David.
Okay. David.
There's a neat little feature that I think was added maybe in the last iOS or so, where you can use Siri to kind of bypass that share thing. So like if you have a photo up that you want to send, or like a web page in Safari, I know it works in those two instances. You can just say, send this to, and then you say the person's name. And as long as they're ones you text with frequently, it'll automatically default to the iMessage, and send it to them. Just like as if you would use the share sheet and go down to messages and find the contact list and all that. It reduces a lot of swiping for me. And I'm like you. My share sheet got kind of messed up. I've never figured out how to fix it, short of resetting my phone or something. But because I don't have my messages people, my iMessage people don't show up, but I have like WhatsApp people show up, and I very rarely use that. I have a couple of people I talk to, but it's not like I talk to them every day or something. But they seem to show up always first, the WhatsApp. So so it's kind of a similar. I guess you could try uninstalling the messages Facebook Messenger, and then maybe it would then push your iMessage people to the top. Possibly, I don't know if that would be a remedy. Since you don't use the Facebook Messenger much, you can kind of uninstall it, delete it, and see if that would change.
So is that your pro tip?
David is done speaking.
You see the pro tip, David?
I didn't mean to
Yes.
interrupt.
Yes.
Sorry, Dave.
Thanks for the pro tip. Go, Pete.
I'm wondering, are you tapping when you pull up your share sheet? Are you tapping on Messenger? Because I don't think the list of your Facebook Messenger contacts should come up at all unless you're tapping on to indicate that you want to share by way of Facebook Messenger.
Oh no, and it comes up every time.
So you're tapping messages.
No.
And Facebook Messenger's coming up. Oh, it's just
I'm
when
just
you tap on
hitting the share button and then the messenger.
You're not selecting a specific way of sharing before that
No.
list. Okay.
All right. Interesting. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, guys, for the suggestions. Okay. I like the Siri thing. That could be pretty helpful. Okay. All right. New question. Somebody new hasn't had a turn. Question. Speak now. Anybody?
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
I just want to update on that question about the MagSafe for Helene. It does not support SE 3rd Gen. So the MagSafe does not support it.
All right. Bad news for Helene. Sorry, Helene. Thank you, Shri. Okay. Who's next? New question. New question. Anything and everything.
Jeff?
All right. Yes?
Going back to something Shri asked and someone else asked before, it was in the messages. They were talking about when you delete someone that it verifies, do you want to report? So it's an extra step to get rid of something you wanted to delete. But if you go up in the upper left-hand corner on your messages thing, it'll say back and it'll say, I got it right here, filters, back button. So if you go back to filters, you can go into unknown, known, people that you know in messages. So it's divided out into, here it is here.
Or just tell us. Yeah.
So you got known senders, unknown senders, and if you put it on known senders, then you can just delete whatever you want to delete, and it doesn't go through that extra process. So when you have it set for all, it'll do that double verification.
Oh, very cool. Thank you, Jeff. Good job. Okay. Next question.
This is Greg.
Greg.
Okay, so I've downloaded iOS 16, and all of a sudden I'm having some crazy Bluetooth issues where I'll be listening to something on my AirPods, and all of a sudden the audio will switch over to the phone speaker. if I take an AirPod out and put it back in, then audio goes back to the AirPod. And then if, a few minutes later, all of a sudden it pops back over to the phone. Is anybody else experiencing that?
All right. Anybody? Weird pairing with iOS 16.
This is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
Yeah, I have had issues like on a phone call or a Zoom. Like if I take it out and then I put the AirPods back in, it can sometimes struggle to make up its mind. Sometimes doing things like turning off the speaker or switching the audio destination might help. But yeah, I have it can be finicky when you take an AirPod out and you put it back in and all that.
This is David.
David.
Yes, it happens to me a lot. It's happened a couple of times during this call. It'll just, at first I thought, well, these people, why is their microphone going out? There's talking and, the speakers and that's, but then I picked up my phone out of my pocket. I could hear them. They're talking out of my phone speaker. And then I kind of waved my phone around and it finally, I don't think that had anything to do with it. That's probably just superstition, but I picked it up and kind of, it really boggles my mind that they can sell this thing for $250 and it's really not a very stable product, and they're now wanting to charge same for this so-called new version. So
poor David.
I'm a very disappointed Apple AirPods owner. So
yeah, that's just really. I mean, have you tried getting a new pair, or you're out of?
I may go to the Apple store and just have them swapped out with a new pair.
Really
I'm under warranty still, I think. So.
Huh? You're on the what?
I'm under the 1 year warranty still.
Yeah,
so.
I would. I really am surprised.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is Brad.
Okay, go ahead, Brad.
I've had the AirPods Pro since they first came out, and I'm sorry, but I don't experience any of this. I don't know. I've had them. They're now paired with the third phone. I think I started with my 10 and 2 years. They were with my 12. I just paired them with the 14 over the weekend. I haven't used them enough, but I swear I've had really none of these problems. When on Zoom or telephone calls, I don't really have any strange issues. I mean, if I pull one AirPod out while on Zoom, it stays going through the other AirPod. If I pull them both out, it will, of course, switch to the phone. Same thing on a phone call. I've not had any of these strange things happen. I'd go up there to the Apple store if you got one nearby, and I'd go see them about this and tell them.
Yeah,
it's been going on, as long as you've had the thing. You might have it could be in the AirPods. It could be, I don't know. I hate to think it's in your phone, but there's something weird going on there.
Yeah.
And I definitely go see Apple's about it.
Yeah, not normal. Okay, go ahead, Shree.
I was just going to ask if you've updated the firmware on it, on the AirPods.
This is Brad. It should update automatically. You can't force an update on the firmware.
Right. That's right.
But just have them connected to your phone, have them in the case, and have it near the phone. And it should automatically update. Mine do. I can't make it do it when I want it to do it. It just seems to magically do it.
Yeah, and you've had them long enough. You've given it a chance. So.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, David. So sorry about that. Because they're pretty cool. Okay, next question. New person. Who has the next question? Otherwise, okay, well, going once.
This is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
Well, since nobody else has a question, maybe this is okay. Just curious, because I know we have 1 or 2 people that got the iPhone 14. Just was wondering if you have any first impressions, good, bad, faster, not type of thing.
Okay. Anybody?
This is Brad.
Brad.
I may have mentioned this before. The camera module is huge, and that's all capital letters. It is big.
Okay.
The phone is heavy, very heavy. It's a nice phone. The OtterBox case I got to go with it is thinner than usual than previous ones. It makes the whole thing feel slimmer in my hand. I'm still getting used to it. I have a little bit of sight has been well documented before, and the screen is amazingly sharp. It's a shame I can't actually read anything on it, but it looks like the contrast is unbelievably sharp and crisp.
Okay.
From a guy with partial vision in one eye, I can tell that.
It's a
But
crisp phone.
did I mention the camera module is huge?
Yes.
You did mention that.
Okay.
But I don't know. Have you
It's huge.
tried it with? This is Herbie.
Go ahead.
Have you tried it with any? Well, I know some third-party apps already are having issues. Have you tried any like OCR apps like SuperSense?
No,
or
not yet.
Find
I've
My-
heard about some of the social media apps that they say the camera shakes.
Yeah.
I have not had the opportunity to do that yet. I need to go try that
All
seeing
right.
AI around me feature and people detection
really
and
love
some
to-
of those
yeah, 'cause
other
I think it'd be-
things. That,
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I think it'd be really good to know
This
if
is
it's
Shree.
worth.
All right.
upgrading or
Okay.
not.
Hang on. Okay. Just before we get all into, okay, go ahead, Shree, and then we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't have a 14, but I did go to the Apple Store yesterday. Played with the dynamic island. I thought it was pretty interesting. Took a while to get the hang of it, but it's definitely accessible. I was able to go through the apps that I was working with the dynamic island and being able to expand it, then control it, and then close it, and so forth. So I thought it was pretty good. I agree
All
with
right.
Brad. It's huge.
Okay. Very good. It's huge. All
this
right.
is Brad.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I too have played with the dynamic island when playing an app that's playing audio. There's a little icon in the, I guess they line up however many. Mine had one icon on the far left end of the little oval, the dynamic, and it was cool. You tap on it, it did open up, and the audio controls were there, voiceover, it said what I was listening to and some other stuff like that. And then there's a way in the swipe to the left, there was a little button to dismiss and made it go away. I'm still learning what to do with it, but it's pretty cool.
So this is the final thought on this. The dynamic islands are only going to be on the pro level phones, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And I've already read an article in Apple Insider that said the rumor mill is already starting that it will be on all iPhone 15s next year.
Okay.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay, let's
To
get
an
back
iPhone near you.
Okay. All right. New question, anybody? Or I have a question. Anybody else? New thought, new question, or any questions about like updating to iOS 16? Any thoughts about that or questions? Has anybody done it? Okay, so here's the question that I have. This is since anybody going once? Somebody new that hasn't had a turn? Okay, fine.
Gary.
Go ahead, Gary. What you doing, Gary? Woke
Yeah,
up?
I've heard rumors that there's some kind of bug in iOS 16 where when you reboot your phone, you lose voiceover or something to that effect. I just heard rumors of
Right,
that.
right. There's some
And-
rumors about that. Anybody want to? Yeah, about like when you're setting up the phone for the first.
Yeah, when you after you update and whenever I update, I always turn my phone off and reboot it
Right.
or restart it. And I've heard that's where the issue is, which for me would not be good because I don't have any sign around here to help me with that. So I'm just curious.
Right. Who
about
wanna?
that
This is
update.
Herbie.
Kind of talked about that already. Go
Okay,
ahead, Herbie.
bug
Tell
it.
him.
So we actually witnessed this in Clubhouse last week, if you remember. Desi had this very issue where she had updated her phone and rebooted it, and it was not talking to her, and she could not do anything. So there are people that have definitely experienced this particular issue.
Okay, thank you. All right. Anybody else? New question about updating?
This is Brad. I've done 3 phones to the iOS 16 updates. My old 12, well, the 14 came with it. Never mind. I've done 2. And I didn't have that problem on either one. One of my phones is a SE 2020, the same as
That's what I got.
Desi has. I didn't have the problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know what causes it. I don't know why
Yeah, I
I
was
didn't
just
have
curious
it. So I don't know.
what the things were that brought it about.
Yeah, I think she was just upgrading. So yeah.
She just did update and it was messing her around.
So it's kind of hit or miss. So
Huh,
good luck.
Maybe for 16.1.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
we'll
that's
fix
another
that.
possibility. Yep. Okay, anybody else? New question?
Yes, Xavier.
Yeah, go ahead, Xavier.
How you doing? I
Good.
stepped away from the phone. Someone talked about when you're on your phone, you try to pair your headphones with the phone. It goes in and out, and I
Yep.
didn't hear the result from that. That's one question.
That was David was having that issue, and we weren't really sure why. And so yeah, Greg too. There might be a bug, right? Is that what we decided, or what? I think that's what we
Yes.
said. Yes, a bug. But David's also could be a defective thing because he's got bigger problems. But okay, go ahead, Xavier. Next question.
Next, when I have my apps open and I scroll to my apps, the next time I scroll to my apps, it's in the opposite direction. It goes forward, backwards, and backwards and forwards. I don't know. Is that another bug, or is anybody else experiencing that?
So
This is Sri.
go ahead, Sri.
So are you doing the four-finger swipe left and right when you're going back
No.
and forth? So you're in the app switcher?
App switcher, yes. And when I switch them, they go from right to left. And then the next time I'll do it, or whenever other time, it'll go from right to left or left to right, whatever I say, in a different order or the backwards order. As soon as I downloaded iOS 16.
Okay, Brad.
Well, they will change order depending upon which one is the most recently active app. So they're not always going to be in that same order.
In the app switcher?
Yeah.
Because it never did that before. It just did it when I downloaded 16.
I don't know. I remember it being there for a while. I have noticed something with the arrangement of apps, but I hadn't paid that much attention. I figured it was just me, but no, it's always been. And I can't remember if it's on the far left or the far right, but the most recently used app, is in one position, and then they go in, kind of like the way it does on Windows or Mac when you switch through, your programs. But I don't know. I'll have to pay more attention to that.
Yeah, me too. Pete.
Yeah, I've heard and experienced myself some problems with the app switcher that might resemble that. What I have found is if you go into the app switcher from anywhere other than the right-hand side of the screen, then you may end up kind of stuck, and you may be stumbling around, and you may find that, number one, you may not be able to flick left or right at all. And second of all, you may not be able to flick in one direction. That might be the left. But if I come in from the right-hand side of the screen, I'll be lined up with the most recent app that was in use. So if I am currently in Safari and my previous app was Mail, the most recent app open, which was Safari, would be the one on the far right. That has not changed. That's actually, like Brad, I think that's, from my recollection, has been that way for a while. But there's other issues that cause confusion in the app switcher from my experience. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that.
Oh, this is Sandhya. So y'all are swiping right and left in the app switcher? Really? I've been swiping up and down.
This is Sri.
Good, Sri.
So basically, I just tried it right now, and it is behaving like it was described. There are multiple ways to go through the app switcher to navigate. So if you're going between the apps, we go left and right. To close, you can do the three-finger swipe up, or you can flick up and then to close or activate. Then you can also flick left and right. So there are multiple ways to do that. You can do the three-finger too.
Okay. All right.
Can I ask Sri a question? This is Pete.
Okay, go.
Sri, if you're trying it now, could you try what I had suggested and maybe just open the app switcher and then touch your finger right in the center of the screen and then flick left and right and see if there's any barriers or problems with that.
This is Sri.
Yep.
I know exactly the description that Pete is describing to me. It is an issue. I've experienced it. I've actually reported it that I'm having these issues where I'm losing the focus for it, and I am able to flick right or touch to the right side to get back to the app switcher. But I do occasionally, when I continue to flip and close it really fast, it will lose the next app that it's supposed to close. It will lose that, and then I have to flick right to the right side to recapture the app switcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of get back into it. Yeah.
Yep.
This is Terry.
Go, Terry.
I have heard on several occasions that in iOS 16 there is a problem with the app switcher. In theory, in iOS 15, which has worked for me, if I do the double tap the home button quickly, then the most recent app that I've used is on the right-hand side of your screen. And if you swipe to the left, then you get to the one previous to that, and so on and so forth. And when I'm to the app that I want to delete or take out of the app switcher, rather, I just do a one finger flick down and double tap, and it will delete it. If it goes to the delete thing option, and you just double tap on it.
Okay.
This is Sri.
Go, Sri.
One quick thing, if you're going to use the app switcher not to close the apps, but you're trying to switch between apps, just do a 4-finger swipe left or right. That will switch between the apps that are currently running instead of going to the app switcher to do it.
Okay, so that's what leads into my next question. So suppose you're in Safari and you want to move between the tabs. Is that a 3-finger swipe, or how do you get to another tab? Can you switch between the tabs? I thought you could. No? Anybody?
This is Sri. I was actually referring to switching between apps, not
right. I know.
app.
Now I'm asking a different question.
Okay.
Now, is anybody, once you're in Safari and you have several tabs open, can't we navigate between those tabs?
This is Sri.
Yeah.
So I do a 1-finger triple tap, which brings up all the tabs that are open, and I flick right or left to go between those tabs.
Okay. Terry Ann?
That's basically what I was going to say. I just flick at the bottom of the screen is where I find them, and that's how I do it. Just flick to the left or to the right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is Brad.
Brad.
I activate the tab button on the lower right corner of the, little screen or the bar across the bottom.
Right.
And then it brings up it's kind of like app switcher, except it's like tabs. And I can flick between them and close open ones, or
okay, that's what I
choose
thought
the one I want, just double tap on it.
Okay, so just open the tab. Okay, very good. All right, next question. Somebody new question, new problem.
Jody?
Who?
Jody?
Jody, go Jody.
Yeah, I have a friend that has a 10R and she's losing cell service. It's intermittent and she has to use Wi-Fi calling. Is that a carrier issue or is that a phone issue?
Okay, anybody? So
this is Greg.
Go, Greg.
I have a 10R. I'm not having any kind of problem like that. I think it's probably a carrier issue.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next question. Anybody else? New question.
This is Ned.
Ned.
Yes, going back to moving tabs in Safari, when I'm in there, I can close this tab, close all tabs, but there's a line that says move to a new tab group. What does that line do?
Okay. Who would like to explain that? That came out recent iOS 15. It's flat versus groups, right? I think that's what it was. Anybody want to talk about that? I guess I'm talking about that.
This is Sri.
Go Sri.
I thought tab groups for if you're going on Safari and you want to go between things that you're searching that are common and you put it all into a group. that you're going between those instead of looking through, let's say, you're in some blind websites and you put them all in one group so you can easily access those sites without going to other sites that are outside the blind group that you're looking at. So if you have like 15 tabs open and 5 of them are blind websites, you can put those into one group, is what I thought.
This is Brad. I believe that's correct. I believe that's correct. With
Okay.
Sharice talking about, you can group things together and then keep them in groups.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Who's next? New question, new problem?
This is Terry.
Go, Terry.
Sometimes either in a text or in a email message that I'm writing, I will type in the word iBUG and it will automatically add the word facilitators. And I don't know why that is happening.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to happen with any other thing that for which I have, any group names or email or text messaging names, but it's really weird.
Okay.
Is it
Anybody?
Pete?
Pete.
Is that a name of a email address, Terry?
A text
No,
thread. It's a text.
It's a text thread. But it doesn't happen in any of my other text threads where it adds in names. That's what's so weird. I mean, sometimes I want to say iBUG facilitator, but sometimes I don't. I want to say iBUG today or
Brad's got to help. Brad's got to help.
Yeah. Well, usually when you're in the messaging app and you type in something like iBUG, I mean, I know we have the iBUG facilitators text messaging group. And on mine, that's the only one I got that's, starts with iBUG. I don't know. Sri started one once for a cafe, but so I might type in iBUG and I'd see possible things. Like if I type in Sandhya, she's labeled up, that iBUG facilitator's liable to show up because she's in that group. She was also in the cafe group. So when you type up, if I type in my brother, there's some, family group that has been started with my brothers and sisters and things like that. So when you type in either the name of something that's like the name of a group or the name of somebody that's in the group, down below that that edit field where you type in, who you want to compose a message to, a number of possibilities are going to show up, or maybe only one or two. If you type iBUG, that's what's happening. It knows.
I got to interrupt you
because
that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's when I'm actually in the message, not when I'm typing to somebody. Then I can get all kinds of suggestions. I get that. But when I'm writing, when I'm composing a message, so I'm in the body of the message or I'm in the body of the email and I type in iBUG today, instead of that, it always comes up iBUG facilitators.
This is Brad. I'm thinking that's an autocomplete issue.
Oh.
That might be what it is. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, and this is something I've had that issue. It used to do like iBUG board, and I'm like, I don't want iBUG board, or so I can't remember if I had ever created a text replacement shortcut, and probably I don't know if you have or not, but that would be the obvious thing. You're saying no, so okay. Anybody else? Final thoughts?
Well, this is Greg.
Greg,
is that the just the predictive text that you set in settings?
Yeah, I've turned that off.
Okay.
Because I got tired of it trying to tell me what I wanted to write.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Always being wrong.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Okay. Well, that's weird. Yeah, I've had that issue exactly the same thing, and I'm just trying to remember how I got rid of it. It might be that you just create a totally different text replacement for the one that you're going to, like, maybe you type iBUG today and just make a shortcut for that, and then you'll definitely get what you want. There might be the workaround for that. So, no, if you want to do that. The shortcuts.
At least I
Okay,
know it's not just me.
not just you. All right, very quickly. Well, I got my new pair of AirPod Max, and I am just really I kept I wasn't sure if I wanted them or not wanted them, but they have been pretty amazing. So I just want to know one thing. I mean, so I've got the volume control and I've got the transparency mode. Those are the two buttons. I mean, those are the main uh, things on the. So then, will it? I'm assuming this is what will happen if I pair it with my other, another iPad or whatever. It'll just automatically pair, right? I don't have
This
to
is
do anything.
Brad.
Brad.
You shouldn't have to pair. You paired it with one device. You should find it in the Bluetooth list of all of your devices signed into that same Apple ID account. If you paired it with your phone, it'll show up on your Mac, your iPad, your other iPhone, whatever
Okay.
you got signed into that Apple ID. It's like the magic of Apple. Your AirPods Pro should be doing the same thing.
And then you can use that with your watch too?
You can. I never have, but I
Yeah,
know
I never
people
have either.
do.
I don't know why I would, but
I
okay.
believe you can. I believe if you go into your go into your settings, go into Bluetooth, you should find, if you got, like, I know you have AirPods Pro and now the AirPods Max, they both should show up.
All right. Very
This
good.
is Shree.
Thank you, Brad. Okay, go Shree.
Just out of curiosity, do you find the unit kind of heavy on your
It's
head?
heavy. I mean, I have a fat head, and I was really not sure, but listening to it's just been amazing. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but it sounds really good. I really am enjoying it. So
The reason I asked that,
go ahead, Tree.
I've heard a lot of females say they find it just way too heavy, and I was just kind of curious if you found it heavy.
Yeah, I have a fat head, like I said. Okay. All right. With that, we are wrapping it up. Thank you so much, Greg. Greg, you there?
You are welcome.
Oh, he's awake too. All right. Thank you, Greg. Thanks everybody for all the great questions. So quick review. Tomorrow's Mac Buzz on Clubhouse 5 to 6. Third Wednesday's Android Insight from 7 to 8:30 on Zoom. Thursday, we're off. Friday, iBUG Not the Virtual Movies. We're going to be watching that super popular movie called Our Friend. It is based on a true story. So come check it out.
Thanks for all the great clues.
I know, yeah. And then Saturday is iBUG Apple Workshop from 2 to 4 on Zoom. Please come for that. We're going to go through a review of all the new iOS 16 voiceover features, talk about some bugs and all kinds of good stuff. So we are hard at work. So we hope that you'll come and avail yourself of that. And we will see you next week. So thank y'all and good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Sandhya and everybody.
Bye.
Good night.